Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody. I am Kusuma Stuti. I come from University of Muhammadiyah, Congo. I will present by my article. The title is People with Sexual Behavior in Street Children. Introduction. Adolescence is a period of transition from the sexual behavior of children to adults. In this situation, adolescents are more influenced by group behavior, those showing risk behavior, including those that carry the risks of early marriage. If it is not based on sufficient knowledge, adolescents will try new things related to reproductive health that can have a bad impact on the future of adolescents and their families. Adolescence is a period full of problems. Adolescence is a time of storm and pressure or stress. The habit of a teenager who lives on the street and is influenced by his peers is very risk for unhealthy sexual behavior. Based on a preliminary study by conducting interviews with 8 street children in the Karanganyar area, from the result of the interviews also obtained data that 8 people have had sexual behavior hanging with the opposite sex and kissing with their partners. 4 people have had sexual relations with their girlfriend. The objective, the general purpose of this study was to determine the relationship between the role of peers and sexual behavior in street children in Karanganyar area. And method. This study used a descriptive correlation method with a cross-sectional approach. The data analysis using frequency distribution analysis can also with a significance level of 5%. Results. Characteristic respondent based on the age of street children in Karanganyar. Based on the table above, it is acknowledged that most of the respondents aged 15 years were non-respondent, 30%, followed by respondent aged 16 years, as many as 8 respondents, 26.7%, and respondent age 17 years, as many as 5 respondents, 16.7%. Then characteristic of respondent based on the street children in Karanganyar on gender. Based on the table above, so that most of the respondents are male, as many as 25 respondents, 83.3%, while for female respondents, as many as 5 respondents, 16.7%. Then characteristic respondent based on the education of street in Karanganyar. Based on the table above, we saw that most of the respondents who have a junior high school education level are 18 respondents, or 60%. Then characteristic respondent based on the occupation of street children parents in Karanganyar area is based on the table above, so that most the respondents have parents who work as farmers, as many as 10 respondents, 33.3%. Then a characteristic of the peer roles based on the street children education, based on the table above. Based on the table above, so that the role of peers seen from the level of education of the street children in Karanganyar area on average has the role of peers in the bad category as many as 19 respondents, or 63.3%. Then characteristic of sexual behavior by sex of the street children, based on the table above, so that the category of sexual behavior in terms of gender is sexual behavior in the bad category. This occurs in respondents with male sex as many as 12 respondents, or 40%. Then the result of the testing, the hypothesis of the relation between the role of peers and sexual behavior in street children. Based on the table above, shows that the result of non-parametric statistical tests using the candle tau test obtained 6 to 12 0.013 higher. So it is a step, and it can be called that there is a significant relationship between the role of peers and sexual behaviors in street children in Karanganyar region. In discussion, the influence of the peers' friends, Papilla in this theory also reveals that the role of peers is related to determining behavior in adolescents, especially in sexual behavior, because the perception of sexual behavior is a perception of peer group norms. At the age of adolescence, teenagers release more often friends than parents, or family, or support and advice. This in line with the development of the role of adolescents in the social life of adolescents, so that the demands to show a high level of conformity to peers. Sexual behavior. Sexual behavior seen from the level of education on the street children in the Karanganyar area on average had on the role of the peers in the bad category as many as 12 respondents or 40%, while judging from the education level of street children who had the highest bad sexual behavior were children who had a junior or high education level, namely 6 respondents or 20%. It can be quoted that education is one of the factors that cause teenagers to have a bad sexual behavior. So children start spend their time getting an education in school, but they spend their time on the street with various tricks, such as free sex. On average, street children do not finish elementary school and do not finish junior high school. The correlation of peer friends with sexual behavior might well the result of the research tests using general tone, non-parametric tests obtained significant to tell. 0.013 because P less more 0.05. It can be concluded that there is a relationship between the role of peers and sexual behavior in street children in Karanganyar area. This is following the result of research conducted by Nia Yulianti in a journal extension relation with adolescent sexual behavior in class 9 study, stating that there is a relationship between peer association and sexual behavior in adolescents. This is because children hang out more or spend time with their friends. Besides that, children listen more to friends, innovation, especially in sexual behavior. Then conclusion, the role of the peers in street children in the Karanganyar area is in a bad category by 19 respondents or 63.3%. The sexual behavior on the street children in the Karanganyar area is the research category by 12 respondents or 40%. There is a relationship to role of peers behavior assumed by general thought conclusion obtained significance to tell 0.013 more or less for 0.05. Second, that there is a relationship between the role of peers and sexual behavior in the street children in Karanganyar region. Maybe it's enough my presentation. Thank you for the attention. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.